this is Megan from You Go to Beginning. Today I wanted to take a minute and show you an update on our garden. Here in Middle Tennessee, we have been without some major rain for close to 2 months, but this last week or so, we have finally got some good, deep, drenching, soaking rains. So we finally have some activity in the garden, and it is exciting. It feels a couple weeks late from last year, but better late than never, and it is soon time to be kind of swamped with all the produce. So let me go around and show you how our plants are doing, and just encourage you that, you know, if yours aren't performing, that hopefully they will. Keep praying for rain, and it'll come. God does provide, and it's been a fun couple of weeks watching the garden grow. So these are our little cucumbers. They're starting to go gangbusters, and you can see all the flowers and little baby cucumbers starting to grow. So exciting. Oh man, I do love cucumbers, and we did not get any last year because we grew the wrong variety and didn't like them. These are my bell peppers, and I'm finally starting to get some orange ones. I always struggle to let the green ones go, because by the time they turn orange or red or whatever, they all rot on me. So these ones are looking really good. I'm really excited about them. And then the tomatoes here in the back, we've got lots of red ones coming. We need to come out here with a harvest basket. We've got some red there, and I see a big one here. And our tomatillos are doing great. We actually made a tomatillo salsa for the first time, and it was fantastic. You can see lots of red tomatoes in here too, and lots of green tomatoes waiting to ripen. So I am so excited to finally have some produce. And now it's just a matter of can I use it all or preserve it all before it goes bad. Now, this is the tomatoes that I planted and the line of bell peppers. And then this is that section of the garden that I let just go free. And you can see it's become quite the mess. So we've got a bunch of tomatoes. You can see my butternut squash. I am not sure that it has successfully set any butternut squash that have gotten any bigger, and I think that's an airflow issue. As you can see, this whole section, it's kind of a hot mess here. The butternut squash comes out from front here, and it's in the middle there, and this whole section, I feel like it looks bigger on camera, but it is quite large actually. My sweet potatoes are over there. So I am getting tomatoes. Stuff is starting to ripen in here. There are even carrots hiding down here, which is kind of fun. I think those might have seeded themselves, which is what I was hoping for, because there's another carrot poking out. But I don't think that I would do it again. I don't know. I'm always struggling to know what the right thing to do with the garden is. So I don't know if I made the right choice about this section or not. I really haven't actually been able to harvest as many tomatoes out of here as I hoped. These all came up on their own. I originally had the carrots and sugar snap peas up kind of in there is barely, it's hard to find on camera. There we go. There is a little trellis in there. And so those were there, and then the tomatoes came up on their own and ended up taking over this section. And that butternut squash is a volunteer. So I just wanted to let it grow. I wanted to see how it would do. And I was hoping that those tomatoes would ripen first. And we did get some off of there, but I came and cut it back some, trying to avoid the tomatoes. Then we had the drought. So we really haven't gotten, thank you, rooster. We really haven't gotten a ton of tomatoes out of this section, and we are finally starting to get them off of our main tomatoes. So I don't know that it was worth it to leave it all here. Now I'm gonna have to come in and pull it out some. I do want to get some fall carrots in the ground. So I'm kind of stuck. I'm glad I left it. I'm glad I gave it a chance to see what it would do, but like I mentioned, the butternut squash is not keeping any of its fruit. It set some, but they're all rotting before they get very big. So I don't know. I imagine that's just an airflow issue. It's all buried in here. So that's probably part of the problem. And then the tomatoes are totally coming right into the bell peppers. And so I've cut them back a few times, but then that's also, I'm not getting much out of these tomatoes. So there's a ton of fruit in here, but I also can't get to most of it because it's too far away. So it's a small section it's contained. It's not too big of a deal. But I don't know that it was worth it, or I guess if I had just managed it better. But it's hard to know what the plants are gonna do. So I'm still new at this. I'm still learning how to garden, learning what the best things are, learning how to take care of my plants and how to plan out the spacing of my garden. I don't have a bunch of rows. I don't really have another space to set up a garden. Fighting the Bermuda grass here in Tennessee is a pain. So all the garden space is highly coveted and it's hard to add on more. We're also finally getting figs. Oh, figs are so good, but the birds will steal them. We've got some ones going brown there, some other ones here that are starting to turn brown. Oh, fig season is the best, and this tree looks good. Oh, we've got some good ones in there. And then there are some little ones up here. Just waiting for them to start to turn. So excited about figs. This passion fruit is also going like crazy too. I was just reading that passion fruit is actually kind of a sour fruit. Well, I'm excited to try it. I also learned that it's a perennial and that it will send up suckers and that it can be, take over. So I'm gonna have to be careful about the sucker. Oh my goodness, I can see some. So let's see if I can show you. Look it. Oh goodness, I'll have to try to figure out how to get under there and show you the suckers coming up. I'm in trouble. Oh goodness, there's 1, 2, 3 right there in front of this blueberry. There's several going back over there. Uh-oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, that's all right, I'm gonna have to get in here and pull some of these out. But our blueberry harvest is complete. I see one little lone blueberry hanging out there on the bush, but we got a ton. We got so many this year. They were so good, especially later in the season. So I'm really excited about our little blueberry patch here. Just excited for each year's growth and things to change and get better each year.